I've been watching closely at all of their T sides and as it's kind of iterated versus a lot of these top rosters. And for MOUZ, they're trying to beat C9's map pick. It's a great place for Cloud9 to go to end this series.
It really does feel that way. Having to do more than FaZe did. That just seems like a daunting task. A cold statement, but hey, exertion. They'll have to deal with that in the second half. As far as CT side, he's going to press the dual Berettas into short. Axile, nice and patient there. Really let Hobbit go out on his own.
That was sweaty, wasn't it?
It was kind of gross. It was kind of dirt nasty.
Imagine trying that hard.
But, I mean, when you're crawling around in the sewage waters of Overpass, you got to get nasty.
They were actually setting up the same B attack where Hobbit comes in first, entering off a short. Now they have to improvise a bit, but all the pieces are in place.
JDC to the left side of Graffiti. Inter's going to plant that bomb with a nade destined for him. Ooh, the second finds its home. Frozen chucks two and gets them both, then boosts. So man advantage here in the hands of MOUZ. They try to press forward. It's a gush. That's certainly not going to help Frozen. So torzsi, maybe it's on him. But Axile's found his hands onto a beautiful pair of Berettas, presses outwards, finishes off Frozen, slides back into the short side, confirms both CTs, continues to tear up their HP, and Axile is simply better with those guns. But torzsi, it's a tip, it's a tap, and it comes down to time. This pistol belongs to MOUZ.
Oh, he's locked it up. He's made it happen. The cleanest second kill right there from torzsi. Wow, they absolutely needed that. It didn't seem like Axile was going to stop. When he first pushed off a short, got the kill into spawn, it felt like it was all over. Shiro is playing games right here, just saying, I'm going to come in, see if you're on the bomb, see if you stuck it, try to go for the fake diffuser full, and then I'm going to tuck, and you're screwed. You're out of time. torzsi has one chance, one opportunity. That's a good one. Whoa. Whoa, torzsi into the op on round 2, but into the buy of Cloud9, who got a bomb plant. What is this?
Yo, we're getting weird.
This is like the most serious buy I've ever seen from two teams in round number 2 of a map.
torzsi being set up to succeed with the op early. Mac-10 jumps in, almost besting exertion, but Frozen gives the cover. JDC locks this in. 3 frags off of the pillar. Peaks on both ends. Bomb hits the dirt, and that buy early from Cloud9 now relies on Shiro to go God mode. Nice read on the flank. Dexter barely standing, and that's really the tail of this. Frozen also lucky to be alive. And Shiro taken down to 40. He'll get his headshot, but JDC is not too far away. 4 kills for JDC in round 2.
That's massive. And again, we talk about JDC's T sides in particular. Very good entries. He put up some pretty miraculous site defenses on CT as well. First outsiders on this map, that was something interesting. It was a cool place where they were able to take outsiders, and people have been continuously testing them on Overpass. We know they could play it in the past, but they got Norbert, they got Fame, and we're trying to see what their map pool looks like now. And we found that outsiders were able to piece them up, you know, overall. But inside of some spots, we saw some good rounds out of MOUZ by the way of JDC side holds.
torzsi's going to give cover here to Dexter, who leans in. Exertion just got rocked by the Desert Eagle. And torzsi now awaits the pop over top. Yeah, he's reading it. Oh, they waited too long to come around the corner, so he sees it big picture. And already starts to claim some kills on this AWP. If there was ever a time for this sniper to come online and to do it early, it's map 2 versus C9.
We got the coolest part of all of this for people who have been watching since 2020 is MOUZ, we're MOUZ NXT. They got JDC, Exertion, torzsi, got to promotion to this roster. But Cloud9 were the trailblazers when it came to flipping the main roster. And in fact, that was driving the narrative of why didn't MOUZ pick up everybody and bring them up to the main roster? Well, I think the main reason was Frozen. You can't simply replace him. But when we looked at Cloud9, Gambit youngsters to Gambit, they did that. And the cool part about this map is Overpass was their best map. Axile and Shiro on the A side of Overpass was the story, and a big reason they pulled out some of their biggest wins and ultimately got that promotion, just flip the main lineup. What a brave move that was made back then. Seems obvious now.
Right.
And now we get to see these two teams going head-to-head in a top 8 at a major. You can't write a more beautiful story.
Ooh, nice flash. Kept torzsi out of it for multiple seconds. But then Nafany still finds himself slain. torzsi in a tough spot. We get the spam coming out from the B site, so Hobbit will be turned away from this. Hobbit, nicely done. Lines up a little bit more damage into torzsi on the escape. However, torzsi getting back just bolsters this B bomb site. And this defense, well, we'll see if it can stand the onslaught of Cloud9's AKs. No Nafany included. Counter-terrorists happy to press. Look what it nets them. JDC down to 49, but already with a pickup versus Hobbit. And it's not that dominant Hobbit from Inferno that jumps into the server early on within Overpass. 0-4 so far.
When we watched the FaZe match, I think the most annoying part was that Cloud9, it felt like we're going to go for contact explodes because that's what would work for them the most, where they struggled in most defaults and stuff on T side. But then what happened was they didn't do that. They kept trying to defaults. They threw in very few of those pocket plays, and they ended up losing the half dramatically, right? And they made that giant comeback in the second half, but that doesn't excuse getting 4 rounds in total in the first. And so I wondered, coming into this game, Overpass again, are Cloud9 going to try to kind of chew on granite and make this T side work the way they want it to work, address some of their problems and defaults and prove that they can do it that way? Or are they just going to just jump for what they know has got them through a half in the past? And right now, MOUZ Sports, they look really prepared for that first version of their game.
Yeah, to assume that things would just go swimmingly would be a dangerous, dangerous idea. Nice forward position here for MOUZ. I love everything about it. But the timing, that, well, nearly didn't work out. Exertion still gets the better end of it. A little bit more damage done. Frozen slides out. Ooh, and it's 2 clean headshots. But Nafany, oh, he's been spotted. And he just got taken down to 19 HP. Won't be able to find the upgrade you'd think. But still with that flash now has hands on the M4. 3 bullets. 3 bullets. Needs the reload. And knows it. A flash and a desperation jumps across, and now he's going to get pressed in from short. Again, the bullets are simply not here. You cannot kill 2 players with 3 shots. And so Dexter finishes him off to give MOUZ that 5-0 CT side.
It's a clean one, man. That's good. We get staged. First of all, let's just compliment MOUZ here. The setup's perfect for a B-side attack. They have the 2 players, Monster side, ready for anything to come heavy towards B. But not only that, those guys are imbued with confidence because on the A side, we've got deep map control. A rifler staged up inside a playground. They've got the top of stairs covered for the rotations. They know it's B until further notice. And MOUZ and Cloud9 don't go try to push them back. Who's Cyclone going to kiss? Huh? I think that would be...
Taking applications?
Yes, I mean, hey, if I was down there. All right.
Oh, I like that, Nafany. I like that. Dangerous little game. Just said, we'll see. But nothing nets from it. So we've got Axile, 6 kills. Next up, Shiro 2, and the Cloud9 camp just kind of waiting to get this ball rolling. MOUZ already ferocious bits of aggression. Look, this is just a couple guns. But Shiro's going to swing for the fences, and as he does so, sets up Axile to at least even this out. These are retrievable guns as well, right? The rest of MOUZ's pack are nowhere nearby to stop it. So by going for this, and by Shiro hitting what he had to on the scout,
yeah,
you'd think Inters gets an upgrade, maybe. He's still a little passive back by playground. Exertion's got a great spot. Only his head really popping over. And now Shiro, yeah, he's going to miss the first one, but AK now in hand. Had a chance to leave. It's the long press from torzsi. He's going to blindside Inters every day of the week. Now the question is, can Shiro do the same to him that was just done to Inters moments ago?
torzsi yet to die, but in the most vulnerable spot yet His assistant's coming up the stairs is a bit behind and will turn. Now he'll go down, 8-1. Shiro knows where he came from. So he's going to follow into his past. But actually takes a hard right down the bathrooms. Exertion would have heard this.
Yeah, Shiro. Oh, wait. Okay. Exertion, cold as ice.
Jeez.
Sits there for a second because Shiro, and that's what you've got to fear, right? Those moments from Shiro, knows how to clutch.
Making this expensive was important. We just had 2-3 players over 10K to start off round number 7, and now they have to rebuy. So it really keeps them in check. Cloud9, we're getting what we're used to. But it doesn't change the facts. No matter what happens for them to start Overpass games, they win. They win because they have 1 loss in overtime to Team Liquid. No shame losing to Team Liquid. Outside of that, it's their best map by far. 7-1. With some big scalps. All right. Let's see if they try it again.
Ooh, missed shot.
Let's 2 cross. Op gets spotted, which means now you can just run long. You can't necessarily turn the corner.
What?
But you do cheat the clock. What just happened?
Maybe
right
Dexter
there
tried to wiggle?
Oh my God.
Maybe he wanted to back up alongside torzsi. I'm not sure, but Shiro slams him against the wall. And Dexter will call from the sidelines. Axile incredibly passive here towards T-spawn. And Frozen thinking about getting into shenanigans. He's going to hear this moving back.
Yeah.
Oh, Frozen. They're looking. Oh, he finds one. But that's a ton of information, bomb included, and you'd think maybe Axile could actually just put pedal to the metal, sprint this into the B site. Obviously cautious because they just don't know, but that timing was there for the taking.
Yeah, and now they have to create a new one, right? If they go too fast here, it's way too obvious 2 CTs will be in place. If they wait a long time, well, they might have not enough time to, oh my God, comfortably. And they were just walking out onto this site. There's 2 on short.
Balls.
They're actually being held into this by Hobbit as well.
But not the second. Now Exertion also back turn, so Hobbit pieces it together. There we go. For a second, if Exertion had just kept watching Connector, then he's going to come out anticipating JDC. Oh, and torzsi. Wow. Okay. Parting gift. Keeping those numbers high on this CT side, but Hobbit already going for what will be a clear of this AWP. They want to take them down as C9 establish their first.
That was quite a clever call. Now we have seen C9 keep trying to get out Monster. Most of the time, MOUZ sports are 5v5, 4v5, whatever, and have 2 players on the right side from their perspective on the Monster. When there's that CT setup, you kind of know you're going to win. Like the whole point of the T side is pretty much dislodge those players so you can take Monster, so you can put pressure on the B side. So I think right here the call from Nafany is that op setup, that aggressive A setup, okay. That's one thing. They get a kill with Shiro, a hard one on Dexter, who's supporting in the B site. All right. If they're rotating back, which they might very quickly, well, they still can't get right side Monster. They still can't get into the very good positions to defend B. So why don't we just walk out? But of course, it's not a one-dimensional play. There are still an extra layer here in Hobbit with the well-timed lurk. You know, it's not a selfish lurk right there. It's, he comes out as soon as he gets some info. He tries to get into the mix, and he doesn't let anyone go.
Oh, missed Molotov. We see those mistakes. Cloud9 looking rambunctious here. Hobbit feeling better now that he's got kills on the board. And torzsi's going to miss that snapshot down. Doesn't mean he's going to shy away, though. He'll have another chance to deliver if they walk into this crosshair. Oh, what? Shiro!
Did that bullet come out of his shoulder?
Just bends one around the bathrooms.
Jesus.
And instantly, just like that last round, they transition into this B hit. Difference being no Frozen deep in Connector, no info for MOUZ. So what do? They actually evacuate and then go and excavate forward from the A site, finding nothing. No remnants here from Cloud9. just a bunch of empty-handed archaeologists. MOUZ, yeah, quick change of career path. They're gonna run it back down to B. Can they get in time? We've got Heaven Smoke, but we've got Exertion in a prime spot to drop Axile. Big player to take. Still plays around in the swampy, Frozen trying to get in on this, but it's only Nafany to answer. And now the bomb's been taken down again. Exertion is holding his line. And Shiro with Hobbit by his side. Looked like they wanted to leave. Bomb's still down in the open. Look at the damage that's been done. Hobbit's gonna come back into this. It's such little HP. JDC slides forward with another. Shiro, a clutch attempt again. He saw the skin of Frozen, but doesn't have the time. Ooh. What was an open invitation? Ooh. Because imagine if he gets both those kills. Shiro's not missing shots. It's just about getting chances.
Yes, and there he knows, of course, that second player is there. He had an inventory. He had an accurate stock of what was coming. That just, as you mentioned, no time in the clock. Look
nice
at this
replay.
kill, man. Unreal. Unreal attack from Shiro. But he's really let down here. Perfect amount of support, however, from MOUZ. They not only have Exertion back pit, as one guy kind of within smokes that can attack and defend, but then they also have the boost in CT spawn above him, and even if it doesn't get the kill right away, that's two players who are very close by. That's a scared short player who can't scale on Exertion, and Exertion gets his. Like clockwork.
Ominous feeling here from Cloud9. There have been MOUZ players poking forward, and now that prod's been found. torzsi not swinging with the op, but still hitting shots. Hobbit dropped to 9. Oh, and the nade from downtown. Dexter dunks on him. Nafany gonna use that chance to slide out and take away the front player. 4-4 again.
Yeah, that's actually a really clean I mean, they'll happily go 4v4 right now. It's a clean refrag with tempo. But this position from Dexter, it's
big
tricky.
Chance. Nicely done. Woo! Double off of Frozen's flash. Dexter locks this in, and poor Shiro turned away because it's only 2 HP left over. Axile's Galil with too many targets. Tries his hand at all 3, comes up with nothing. And Shiro will limp away with the AWP. He's already being hunted. This is a clean sweep of the Cloud9 players. MOUZ continue a rock-solid defense.
Listen, I don't care how consistently Cloud9 can come back on CD side. It will still tilt you every single time you go into a T side on the map you always win, and you just can't put up a competent attack. They're struggling right now. Can only imagine MOUZ Sports have looked at every single demo possible to figure out how to make their life even worse. And as many steps they've taken forward on the map, MOUZ knew was coming into the veto. It's clearly been adequately prepared for. The aimers here from MOUZ are showing up. And while they themselves can't figure out how to win T rounds, they also have an ostensibly good CT side compared to a lot of others.
Hobbit's back and powering up now, but Exertion. Here we go. A little bit more damage done to Axile.
Ooh, man, Exertion really wanted to stay out for that fight. If he disengaged, of course, it would have still been 4v4, but he didn't feel good about that. And now there's a real opportunity here for Cloud9. We heard that jump back.
Ooh, and torzsi doesn't hold it.
Did he spot? Oh, no way. He's running back into that.
Shiro gets the better.
Second re-aggression where you're testing one of the best overpass operas in the game.
Take too many chances. Life finds a way. And in this instance, Shiro does it again. So, you know, despite the best efforts of torzsi and what has been some clean kills, we've also seen misses. And in this chance, it's just a presentation of himself on a platter for Shiro to feast.
That's no flash on the peak. It's it's a slow re-peak, but it's still a re-peak, right? You're going to the same angle. It's not a more depressed angle. It's not safer. There's no other CT to draw attention. There's no dimension to the attack. Instead, it's a really big risk. And torzsi in the Academy League, he was a risky opper. And he actually was so good, of course. I mean, the level of competition wasn't as high, so it made sense. But he still stood so far above the rest. I think actually because of him on T side. He was very confident at peeking into a CT angle and a CT op. But keeping that same energy on your CT side can really ruin the map for the rest of your team. And I think playing the advantage on the CT side is everything on this map because there are too many to give away. MOUZ in a good position, but not safe.
Sure.
Not safe.
Yeah, there's rumblings of an opening here for C9. And then for anybody with doubts at the current moment, we reiterate, CT side on Overpass was phenomenal from C9. The likes of FaZe could barely break through.
Couldn't break through.
Couldn't break through, yeah.
16-14 loss.
Yeah, okay. In the words of Maui Snake, FaZe?
Being toxic is a choice.
Hobbit presses into the short water. JDC behind Exertion. This is looking like a Cloud9 B commit, nice and early. And it's nice to see that NXT generation with kills already on this map. torzsi, Exertion, JDC. That's who we look to at the moment here on B. Shiro bringing up the back end of this, but there is no commitment just yet. There's no movement from MOUZ on the A site, so you know that this B hold better be wary.
Oh man, it's actually a pretty weak position here for MOUZ. They're falling back too.
Caught in transition. It's all about the kills though. They do get down into the water. They have the smallest position to hold on with, and it's Exertion at least to catch them off guard. But I mean, just culled into the corner, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Cloud9 beating down from above them.
They just did.
Man advantage MOUZ, they just weren't ready.
They just didn't believe it was going to be B. If they were going, if they were transposing into another setup on the B side, another passive one, it could have been better. Of course, getting caught jumping as the entry comes out, a little unlucky. The timing is perfect there for Cloud9. They might have manufactured it, it's hard to say. But if we take a snapshot on that default before anybody trades glances, we have a similar amount of map control for MOUZ, but it's more heavily, it's more demanding on the A site. They have 3 slightly more passive positions. They don't have one guy in party like we see on the mini-map right now. They had 2 holding bathrooms, 1 outside of bathrooms as well, and those players are stuck in. I mean, they don't even have a fast rotation downstairs, so no middle of the map control here for MOUZ Sports. Lots of emphasis on the 2 players in B, and well, yeah, you definitely get to see her as well. That's funny. But the 2 players in B, they just couldn't put up the defense by themselves. They did in the past.
Second timeout called by MOUZ. See if they can deal with that internal timing.
Yeah.
They were so confident it wasn't coming B. And I like that. I like the Cloud9 follow through.
I wonder what they were going to change to, where they might have had a good positions to change to for sure. And again, Exertion, JDC, they're the ones putting up big numbers on that half of the map. All right. Yeah. Well, the door is ajar. It's ajar. They've got a foot in. Now, Cloud9 want to ask them if they've got a moment to talk about the Lord.
Yeah. James, our Lord and Savior.
Let's see if they can get on the couch and really make this a meal for MOUZ Sports.
Going to force MOUZ to get a little creative in this, seeing as they're working with the lesser weapons, seeing as utilities non-existent.
Oh, it's the Furia crawl.
But Frozen has that kit. It's like it's bare bones, but it's a miraculous moment, maybe. torzsi. He's got more where that first one came from, but Inters keeps it clean.
No flank.
Hobbit at the forefront, 2 USPs, of course, as Frozen tries to scramble inwards, and Hobbit's going to stuff Exertion in an instant. USP down for the count, bomb planted, Shiro finds Frozen, and JDC, nothing left.
It's a Metal Gear Solid call. Snake out the outside of bathrooms, don't alarm anybody, and before it's too late, trap the riflers inside of bathrooms before they can fight back. And again, I call it the Furia play. It's so ironically Furia. It's something that they did a lot on Overpass, where the team that makes so much noise always lets you know what they're doing, but then they're a bit farther than you expect. But somehow, once in a while, we'll do a crawl up through the outside of bathrooms without throwing a single nade. And Nafany likes to make this call as well.
I think it's kind of comparable to exactly what we just saw at the B site, right? Much more utility in that case, but it's still just that slip through as the smoke fades. And kind of caught MOUZ sleeping. So Cloud9 getting real dirty.
So well handled here by Inters as well. denying the trade. That's the biggest chance.
Ooh, glass cannon torzsi. That's what's coming, folks.
Might be worth it based on some of the earlier rounds that we saw.
That's what's coming.
At the same time, a couple of small blemishes on the record here in this first half.
Sure.
So, but hey,
you'll have to clean it up.
You've still got to believe in your opper, no matter what.
And he has hit some zingers.
Yeah.
It's just about minimizing those mistakes. Don't flash into the likes of Shiro without assistance. Exertion again. I love when he presses in. But Inters has been hot on the trade. For only 3 kills, that's 2 efficient trades. One in Bathrooms versus torzsi, and now this here at B.
And they made sure to add a layer of insurance when it comes to approaching B. That pistol round, Hobbit, and Nafany peeking out, getting the refrag, or Axile, I should say. These past couple as well. Now, normally it's Axile by himself, lurking out on his own timings.
That's how it started.
Yeah, here they're planning for the worst, and it's actually, allotting them some interesting mid-round situations. 4v4, long control. They've won the middle of the map. They've won short. No one's pushing Monster because that rarely happens. So the CTs, this will expose their insecurities. They'll look for some info back. They get short water, but they've come up to the A site. Are they late? Let's see. torzsi up to the plate.
Sees the util. Nice freebie versus Inters. And gets back around the truck. Axile can't keep it clean enough. And an excellently timed flank here from Dexter. So Shiro's chance to clutch because 3 separate fronts all fall the way of MOUZ. And with 20 seconds on this clock, Shiro doesn't want to go home empty-handed. He's going to press in, dies immediately to torzsi. What goes around comes around. MOUZ, stellar defense inside that A site, especially with the connector flank.
torzsi unscathed this round and can now buy armor off the back of it. So they trusted him with the no armor buy. Of course, the main weapon that you can go no armor and it can still make sense. He avoids getting naded. He avoids getting flashback and mollied. All of these things could have caused him hellish troubles, but he found his clean opening. They got the info for him over on the B site to know, hey, it's coming to be A in a few seconds, stay sharp, and he is sharp.
Dexter, who is this? Hyper aggressive, and he gets the kill inside the playground. Some pressure back from Axile. torzsi on an aisle as Dexter peels away from long. At least he knows that playground's fully clear. So torzsi confident to stick around. He knows there's nobody breathing down his neck. And then when that shot is missed, okay, washes his hands and walks away. If Cloud9 think they can transition into the B hit, well, they better be ready for what has stopped them before. Flash over top, Hobbit at the front, Axile and him already dead, and this one gets locked down.
Oh my god, wait, that smoke that came down at the other end of Monster, was that also thrown by the CT side in anticipation of the B site hit coming out? So when you have the deep smoke on the far end of Monster, it's hard to watch, and so teams will flash and try to come through it. And the reason you do that is so that you have like a lot of time where they can't actually get into the site. It's preventative. It's prophylaxis on the part of the CT side. But I think they threw down an extra smoke at the end so that they ran through a smoke into another one. And even though Hobbit had 2 blind players, they couldn't take the door off the hinges.
Couldn't see Jack. And torzsi, okay, fully blind. Stuck inside the party. He'll now be going down, and Cloud9 gun for a 5th. A 5th on this T side is enough. Hands down. They've already proven that. At Axile, well, he's going to get caught out. It's Dexter down beneath him. Always getting into antics. C9 transitioning into the long push. They don't have to worry about that opera in position. Remember, every time they press to A, it's generally torzsi. Not this time. We'll have Frozen outside bathrooms. JDC behind the dice. And MOUZ looking to roll Cloud9 in this 15th. Still a minute, though. You'd be foolish to think Cloud9 are going to force the issue or follow through before they're really prepared and ready to go. At Exertion, since he does have some space, tries to press forward. Again, Inters. Minimal amounts of kill, but it's a good one. It gets back man advantage, presses them closer towards B, opens it as a possibility, and the off goes back. Shiro can sense you, and Dexter dives into the short side, picks up 2 kills, pistol out, and Inters will bring this back. It gets into JDC V2, and if he finds that timing, well, he would have found them by surprise. Instead, Hobbit closes, and Cloud9 take double digits as they kick off what could be a spectacular CT half.
It's Cloud9 versus Na'Vi. Map 2 coming up now, the first semi-finals. This is going to be one hell of a game.
Cloud9, they've picked up the first map.
Let's get this show on the road.
Throughout the years, Cloud9 surely had many ups and downs. However, in 2017 at ESL1 Cologne, many did a double take when they witnessed them in action.
No utility at all for NIP. They want to go hard at this, but already automatic with 1 second as well. Automatic, unbelievable.
After taking care of NIP in the quarterfinals, it was now Na'Vi's turn to face the speeding American train. And face it, they did, forcing Cloud9 to fight hard in order to secure the first map. Then, history later repeated itself on Overpass, but initially Na'Vi and Sincere were on the run thanks to one player, and that player was Shroud.
Like Skadoodle had actually come out on top there. What a flick coming in. Shroud getting one another headshot. He's tapping away. Shroud. Can he do it again? He's up to 11 kills and looking for number 12. Are you kidding me, Shroud? Can anyone take this man down? He's got 12 and 0. He's a one-man army.
I can't explain. I can't explain it. I go insane when we get naked. Hold me down, never let me go. Take me in, I want you to show. Hold me down, never let me go. Take me in, I want you to show me love. Don't give up on us, don't give up on love. Don't give up on us, don't give up on love.
What they do, sliding rounds through on this T side and priming this match for what could be a lockout on the defense. Better teams than MOUZ have tried, and those better teams have failed. They've fallen, gone to the wayside. Our phase, it's MOUZ's chance here and now to try and get the better of C9. Can they do it? Can they overcome what is meant to be one of Rio's favorites? The hopes of the CIS region versus Na'Vi, maybe we'll see. But first, it's this NXT generation that they need to come back from and dispatch of.
Yes, and on that story, it is time potentially for the Shiro Axile duo, who made their name on this map, who flipped their main roster because of huge wins and dominance across a few, but specifically Overpass and Axile, who has shown unbelievable games and some inconsistency, looking to beat the previous playoff stats. And if you could do it in a comeback versus another roster that was born of the academy, well, wouldn't that be special? But MOUZ looking to stop that in its tracks.
Ooh.
What a clear, what a clear.
With conviction. Hobbit pieces together the peak. We're going to get a fast rush from MOUZ up through bathrooms. Now no longer wasting time. Axile locking horns down long. Nafany inside the bomb site kills Dexter on the other end. 3 kills back in from MOUZ. If there's one thing that goes their way, it seems to always be pistols.
The bomb is left here at long. They're taking over bank control. The CTs are trying to be patient, but they're being hunted from the back.
Nice. torzsi gets that little fight forward. Hobbit smoked off for a moment, trying to do it all on his own. And he just gets lost inside of that smoke, so he has to peel away from it. MOUZ will find the post plant. Frozen on 70, Exertion on 40. And Hobbit, who looked world class in Inferno, is now hunting a 1 versus 3. As he slides out, he's got one pinned against the truck. It's a little dance versus torzsi that Hobbit's come out on top of. And he's still got that 100 health. Wouldn't this be a miracle? Yeah, he'll get caught on the cross. Now with such little HP, it goes down nice and smooth. Body shots make the difference. MOUZ stand tall in the pistol, and an 11-5 lead looks great.
And I'll tell you right now, as much as we could expect a really good comeback here from Cloud9, if MOUZ can close on the offense, even with a pistol, 10 rounds, and are this close to ending it, it would be an insane performance still. That's how good Cloud9 are. So, knowing Overpass was going to be coming up, what can MOUZ Sports do to stand to their own follies? Not even in their wins, just not really having to play T-side at all. You know, that might be an advantage for them coming up against C9. C9 will go instantly into the bye versus a really well-stocked MOUZ.
Ooh, this is kind of fun. Scout versus Scout.
Yeah.
Although it is Axile. Shiro leaves his utility, decides to take the forward press. Dexter is right on the other end of this. Molly for the front of the bank. Axile looking to support. There it is. Shiro's ump revealed. JDC tagged up, and at least he gets the kill back. But it's not just that single UMP. Nafany has also slid forward as they lose the scout. Now their back's exposed and the rotation starts to come up. The 5-7's enough to kill JDC. They almost line up for it. The site's being held. More damage done, and Frozen starts to bail them out. Enters with the 5-7, 2 bullets away from upsetting in the force. And he slides back into cover further towards the dumpster. MOUZ will leave.
Wow, he's making this so precarious. I mean, he doesn't have another gun on his body. Enters, he's been good for a clutch every once in a while. They're so low, and he's beat them to the site.
He's got the bigger picture. It's just about the delivery. And Enters is sliding in between 2 T's. Bomb will be planted. However, that's JDC down. And Frozen, with ice in his veins, cannot afford to take a single shot. Enters just trying to expose anything, and he knows that a tap is what it needs. Now with the automatic gun, you'd think it comes easier, but like I said, ice in his veins. You think they bought a kit? Because Frozen doesn't. He doesn't budge. He doesn't move, and with that, he'll keep MOUZ's momentum well alive.
Oh, it is all in the name with Frozen. 5 HP, no other option, but still, a worse, less composed player would bite and try to get that info or go for the swing. And that's 12 for MOUZ. You got to think Enters had the best opportunity to win that round when they were both up close. He might not have known with certainty that they were both low. So there's that. From our perspective, of course, run at them. 5-7, start spraying that thing. But that's with perfect information. Still, great shots being hit here. Earlier one from Frozen. A clean one also from Exertion towards the scout on site and Axile at long. They had to work for it. And now they'll have to work even harder. Better guns here for the CT side. Another aggressive stance.
I mean, this buying trend really doesn't feel sustainable, but they got so close in the last one.
They have 0 grenades.
Nothing.
At a minute 22, no kits whatsoever.
Just guns. Weaponized meat bags.
Everything going on over at B is a false flag. There is the bomb with the majority on the A side, moving up in this direction. Dexter trying to sell this fake, walking in, gonna get damage off and a kill.
Did you look at that?
And now, is there another rotation? Look at Exile. We got to pay attention to him. If
They
he's staying
actually
confident, he stays. Oh, they are seeing Dexter and thinking it's going to be a bait. Frozen sits
Nafany's
on
got the
B, but
read.
they've already rotated.
And the bomb's locked in on long. I mean, it could leave and still make it, but would have to start its long journey now.
Oh, man.
Cloud9.
They can try to wait for the walkthrough to the site. The T's are actually going to think about going back. 30 seconds, and they might run into this.
Hobbit is the one chosen for this moment. He keeps it tucked beneath the ledge and goes down empty-handed. They needed that. It opens up the rotation for the bomb. Frozen's already deep, and Cloud9 will now desperately start to run this back over. Oh, what? JDC just slams a shot through smoke. Axile comes through, dropped by Frozen, who slid past the dead body of Dexter to confirm B is free.
Wow, the two-layer fake, and it looked like MOUZ just dug a little bit too deep. They got a little bit too crazy with it. But no, they had enough time to do it. They only had to get through one MP9 in the staircase. Even if Hobbit gets his kill, it's going to get traded by the second guy. They still actually have a good way to get back to B safely. It's not as desperate as it seemed. And Cloud9, they put a lot of money into that. They're into a half buy. They're going to try to fight back from 14, or, of course, do the unthinkable and win with just pistols and a UMP carry.
Ooh, not spotted as Frozen. So you'd think he gets to have a field day on the B site. But it is really just the warning. Hobbit, caught leaving the first corner by JDC. So things going swimmingly, it seems. A press into the short water. Will prime Frozen for a 3K. They line up, and he'll slay two. First up. Next up, Inters. Puts an end to that party. Nafany, speaking of parties, slides through smoke. Him and Exertion crossing paths. torzsi bomb plant towards A. All is good in the MOUZ camp. A 14-5 score on Overpass. And what could very well be the first map loss of Cloud9 since they took Greyhound to the limit.
We want to be careful with those words, but listen, eventually it's going to catch up to you. You can't keep getting away with this, Cloud9. The T sides have not been up to par. And here with the 5 rounds, no win after the pistol. How many times can they survive this? Well, we'll see. If they could do it again, I mean, they could do it again.
You telling me they could do this again?
If they could do it again in playoffs.
Then what?
Well, now, I mean, now there's no reason to try to keep this narrative going of, well, playoffs, well, Legend Stage wasn't playoffs, well, the crowd there was small. Like, you know what I mean? None of this stuff is going to matter. And when I talked to Cloud9, you know, they, with a lot of conviction, they said that, Nafany said that after some of those games ended, he didn't even know how bad the half was in the beginning when they made those giant comebacks. He saw people tweeting at them, he saw the posts, he heard people going, oh my God, I can't believe you kept your nerve. And for him, he said he just played it round by round. Hobbit said the most important thing is to simply stay calm, and they've proved that that's not just talk.
Sure.
So, but well, the problem is MOUZ T sides this event. Yeah. MOUZ already in this half.
They've been better.
Lots of signs that, you know, one small misstep will be exploited by a team like MOUZ. What a capstone comeback it would be for Cloud9 and this litany of comebacks that they performed in the past couple of weeks now. But you can't bet on it. You just can't.
Oh, no. It's up to them to put their money where their mouths are. Yeah. You want to approach this round by round? Well, here's round number 20. Axile, wow, timing betrays him, and still he delivers. Nice second one into Dexter there. 12 HP will keep Axile alive and standing, and will give Cloud9 a little sigh of relief. torzsi gets the better of it, but that's going to prime Hobbit for a one-tap flank. And he just instantly transmissions back down into connector, but not ready for Frozen to come through. Singular man advantage.
The multifaceted lurks once again here for MOUZ Sports, finding an interesting way back into the round. 2v4 is unthinkable. 2v3, well, it's improbable, but MOUZ still with money, still with HP.
It's good utility. Oh, missed flash. JDC gonna have to work in without it. Shiro comes up from dumpster, but misses his one shot. Did he not see his hands?
I don't know if he did.
Nafany was exposed, and now he goes left wide. And to the surprise of JDC, chops down both remaining members of MOUZ. That's the first of a massive ask of Cloud9.
Look at the money here for MOUZ Sports. I mean, they've got more than a buy. They're going to have everything they want and a few dollars left over. So why stress? I asked in the same roundtable conversation with Freya to MOUZ Sports and Cloud9, MOUZ, what do you have to say about making a comeback? And JDC had very similar words to the wisdom that Nafany and Hobbit put down, and said you have to be in complete control of your emotions at all time. You have to know when to celebrate, and that's what we know about JDC. He seems very in touch with him as an emotional person. But he said, while you're in the game, while it's still live, you have to be the master of yourself. And
wise words.
Think about what you need to do. Not get too excited, not get too sad, and just put one foot in front of the other. So, all right, early damage here on torzsi. And actually, not as much money as I thought. Dexter only has a Tech 9. That's the smallest concession, though. Everything else looks pretty decent. And with their way they're setting up right now, they don't have to do a full default. So, exec into the A site.
Axile pinned on long.
Yeah, good progress.
Exertion's Molotov moves forward, but it's instantly smoked. So, a warning side for MOUZ.
Long
Big
smoke.
issue if nobody holds connector, because Hobbit's going to come at this again. And now that torzsi's hands are no longer busy, Exertion, he got legged from truck, but Hobbit still strikes. Down go 3. On the flank, he holds them. And Frozen, desperate at this point, his entire team collapsed as they tried to press through bathrooms. Hobbit yet again.
Wow, man, that's an unreal second kill. But the fact that it gets 3, that's one for the ages. Hobbit had an unreal over 2.0 rating on the Inferno map we just witnessed. And now he's gotten through T side, him as a con player. Yeah.
And Hobbit's job is easy. Look at these cleanups.
Every single one was an absolute necessity, considering the site hold goes down. Oh.
Did I just die?
I did. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. Siren's going to be playing tomorrow, actually. Oh. It was a little early.
Whew.
Who needs coffee?
I was going to say, I never felt so alive. But Cloud9, let's try to get back into what's up. Glocks only, no utilities. Axile, ooh, dinked. Makes things a little more interesting, but it's just one M4 and it comes at a cost. Grenade's gonna chip away. Nafany sliding. How do they fit in that corner? 2 dudes, 1 spot. Had a chance now from Frozen. 21 and 9. I don't need to remind you of what he's capable of doing when he puts up numbers like that, but of course, it's the insurance policy of C9. Hobbit ends their hopes.
I think he had one map where he had 12. Frozen had one map where he had 12 kills. They won the map still. Apart from that, since the beginning of Challengers, hasn't had less than 17 frags on any map. Most of the maps over 20. Unreal consistency. Doing it again right now. And making that round really close to possible. And it really does, harm the money here of Cloud9. But MOUZ are pretty much only interested in investing in round wins at this point. I mean, they could try to break the bank of Cloud9. Almost certainly, it's going to be an unreasonable task. They need to try to win 2 kind of full-on rifles. Very decent buys from Cloud9. Anytime they get that close, they're just going to be mad they didn't close it. So, buy in again here for MOUZ Sports. As they look for a 9th. finish line is nearby, but there are some pretty tanky linemen defending against the touchdown. What is that shot from Shiro?
We've seen some disgusting flick shots from him so far this event.
Something quite like a floor bang.
And he just snatches torzsi by the neck, slams him to the ground. It'll set up Cloud9's 5v4. AWP trades hands into those of Dexter.
That steals just so much power from you in the round. You lose your upper that quickly. Just feels so thinned out. Cloud9 start to move into their usual positions, readying for a type of B hit coming their way. It's no more pressure on Shiro. After his first casualty comes so early, such a high value target in torzsi.
Damage.
Oh, and yeah, they're getting pestered.
Yeah, they just, unfortunately, it's a gut-wrenching feeling for MOUZ.
This is one of those positions where you want to be inconspicuous sometimes in CS, but it's not all about going completely unnoticed.
Sure. Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to improve your position, maintain tension, and let them know you know. It doesn't make their life any easier. And look at the benefits. Interrupted the attack. They're saving in the position where they wanted to execute. And, oh, another opper down.
Yeah.
Part-time opper, of course.
Yeah, forgot that wasn't torzsi and thought, goddamn Hobbit. Dexter just not fast enough on the trigger finger. And so, yes, from the position of attack to the consolation of a save.
Oh,
Shiro will catch exertion, so it's only 2 to stand.
And they actually can't even get the op back in that spot. So it's just 2 guns carried forward. 3.5K on exertion. Everyone else with a little less. MOUZ fans out in the crowd. They definitely got kind of, I feel like we're unanimously cheered for here in Rio.
That's where
Cloud9, it felt like it was a mix of cheers and boos. That was interesting to see where the fan support leans.
Definitely a blend. Final timeout here from MOUZ. So if this comeback continues.
Awkward, they're forced into the buy because they saved those guns. They don't want to leave anybody behind. And they're going to invest. And it still might be a good idea. I mean, they have rounds to work with. I think MOUZ's, again, multi-layered lurks have been the clue as to what they feel like is the best way into getting to kill C9. They flanked Hobbit inside a con. That guy has rain terror on them when they haven't known he was about to push.
Shiro, first shot out, finds its mark.
Oh, bad flash. Oh, no, it's a good flash. It's actually a great flash. Gets an interesting bounce there, yeah.
Ooh, he wants to go digging. Gets away from connector, but just takes a further angle. So again, he's honing in on JDC. It's a lot of real estate here being held by Axile, and he's worried about fights on either side, but this could really boil down to timing. Like you said, multifaceted, lurks, and JDC is not alone here inside connector. Axile, this could be one for him to queue up. They arrange themselves in a line.
Oh,
well, that could have been, but
that's that black bars, baby.
He's playing that game, right? Back and forth, left and right, which way to look. And now all of a sudden, MOUZ, they're going to crank that dial to a 10. Dexter goes running through. Stuffed by Inters up close. More flashes, both sides. Frozen prevails. Hobbit slides in, drops bomb, and then gets back around into the corner. Low HP. Shiro shaves off JDC. And Cloud9 look as though they're hanging on again. But how about Frozen? Nope, not this time. It's exertion over the top, and exertion goes down at the nade of Nafany, sailing in from heaven.
The narrowest margins on that play.
6 rounds left for this comeback.
And now we're getting to the territory where you almost might rather be the CT side, and that's a scary prospect here for MOUZ Sports. Now, ironically, I think sometimes you get close in rounds like that because you feel like you have the least amount to lose. Contact explodes, you're willing to scale, you're willing to really swing hard instead of just stutter. And sometimes that can be all it takes. You get one player who has a good entry that can topple the site or reveal where the other player is going to be. You've watched the demos. and then that can be too much. And they nearly got themselves into a spot like that, but the fallback protocols are wicked. I mean, Shiro is covering an angle. His teammate in front of him can't watch, but he knows exactly what Shiro is doing and is never exposed to danger. It's Hobbit up front. Oh, there's Zach in the crowd. There we go. Oh, it's the whole roster. Rosters, I should say.
Yeah. Mixed bag.
Yeah. Former teammate of his, of course, in Try.
Here we go. Pistols back in from MOUZ. Wonder if Axile will be a little less adventurous. Put himself in maybe less of a 50-50. He got punished inside the short water.
Now, the reason Axile is the guy who rifles outside bathrooms, and the reason Electronic did it for so much of his career, who now Bit does it, and the reason all these names are such powerful names when you think about them, is because you have a lot of fights that you can take that are very aggressive, that are all favorable. None of them are just anchor spots, so you're constantly floating. So you need to have just straight up your best rifler playing on bathrooms, and that's why it's been Axile. And as a standout rifler this year, in a map like this, in a stage like this, he will have to show his ability to perform consistently. And it's the scariest but also most fun part about this map. Lots of opportunities to frag, but lots rest on your shoulder, as you typically have 3 on the B side and only an Opera to support you.
Can get real close on long. Axile just pressing into the cement. Nafany's gonna get a little closer. Axile goes down for free. Ooh. Nafany, this smoke is temporary, but it still works. 2 kills already. Exertion's got the Deagle trade. Shiro scoped towards bathrooms, missed the snapshot. MOUZ start to run in. Hobbit's been killed, and this could very well be it. They gave up that real estate. Inters pressing in around the smoke. M4's in the hands of MOUZ, and did they give them too much space?
Well,
or did C9 just give them enough rope to hang themselves? Inters, unbeknownst to MOUZ, has gotten up into the bathrooms. Exertion's gonna peek, and there it is, folks! MOUZ, 15!
It is on a round where they have nothing. Again, they make the space. How they kill Axile, I don't know. And we watched that from Nafany's POV. He has this fantastic spray, almost makes up for the fact that their star rifler in the bathroom dies. But right now, he's having a bad map. It's getting exposed. And look at the shots that come at bank shot here. P250 from torzsi. Unreal trade. Lots of chances that C9 could have won. But again, no room to breathe here on this comeback. There are just no rounds to work with. It's Counter-Strike. You are going to lose rounds like that. But if you start 14-4 before you get onto rifles, well, you literally have to play perfect and get lucky.
And that last one, they don't find it, but right back into the winning ways. Don't forget, right, they already offered 5 CT round wins in a row. If you don't think they can do this, then you don't know Cloud9. And you haven't watched their tale here in Rio de Janeiro. It has been this every step of the way. Dexter, he finds that timing, but he exposes himself to the heavens, and that's where Hobbit strikes him down. Next up, torzsi versus Shiro, and with bomb dropped, so is this one. MOUZ, sure enough, you did it with those pistols, but I wouldn't be shocked if that's just the wake-up call to Cloud9. See if they start to press further forward on the A site. See if they let MOUZ get that close to a bomb site again. It's right back to winning ways for the defense.
It is, yeah. 0 margin for error now. MOUZ Sports, ball is in their court. Sigh of relief that they know Cloud9 have to wake up every round and hear that sound of match point. That's one more advantage, just a little bit of added pressure. But one good rifle, that's kind of what we're looking for right now. MOUZ sort of struggling to find that. Dexter on this Deagle. 2 kits on him and Frozen. But important utility on Exertion as well. One smoke goes out. Just throwing his kit to clear out bathrooms, push back the Oppers, and try to get the rotations out heavier towards A. You can see the bomb outside of B right now. MOUZ are clearly interested in hitting the B. Oh my God! What is that?
A stunning shot from torzsi. The man advantage, MOUZ.
If that's the kill, that's the reason they close out the map. We have to shut our mouths about torzsi. 20 and 14.
And Frozen now, let that be your fire. Let that be your fuel. Inter's out. Nafany offers one, and with it, MOUZ decide to pump the brakes and double back because they've got Exertion pressing towards A. Who's ahead of it? It's Axile. Meant to be the star rifle of Cloud9. His struggles in Rio have been apparent, but he saw that barrel, and he'll shut down Exertion. Next up is Dexter and torzsi, and he's got a smoke to work with. They're gonna hone in on this side, dodges the flash, Axile delivers yet another, but torzsi nails another two. Couple kills left for the Hungarian, looking to feast on this A site. Bomb planted, what a round for him. Nafany presses wide, torzsi dodges and doesn't manage another. Nafany keeps this hope alive.
Wow. Wow, we're hitting levels that we just haven't seen from torzsi, but we know exist. Just in this event, I mean, that off-screen flick, that was wasn't in the scope at all inside the B site, right? Just the audible. Dude, that was something insane. I mean, that is
What
also
are these shots?
completely nuts. Crazy. But they don't pull it off. However, torzsi, he gets back onto the op. It's a 3-round game. It's extremely close. It's extremely tense. MOUZ don't know they can win. But they clearly have the tools. Oh, well. Okay, well, one of them gets thrown at torzsi.
Yeah, from the highlight reel to the first coffin filled. And Shiro gonna get flashed back. If there was a player pressing into mid, maybe Shiro does get caught, but the escape route very clear. And I think at this point for Cloud9, so is the bigger picture. Dexter again, trying to pick up that op, trying to fill a role that he probably doesn't even want to touch. But when torzsi's the first man down, Exertion. Oh, Nafany. He wins it from the back, and then they don't know about Axile ahead of it all. Frozen will still catch Hobbit. That's at least a saving grace for MOUZ's 28th. A hope and a dream, still very well alive. A tournament life on the line. Map 3 not far away.
So close.
What an attempt this would be from Frozen. And I mean, he's piecing this together. He senses the peak, the inevitability of Nafany comes in and will shut down that short play. Dexter again left on his own.
The swing is perfect. Perfect amount of space for his teammate to come through into that. Dexter on the op, figuring out how to save. He has to, I think he feels like he has the onus to make sure he gets a kill first. Sourcing some information and taking down Axile.
Why not?
18 seconds, and he's just trying to play games with them. They don't even care about finding him. It's not really relevant. Right now at Cloud9, they are a little bit low, and the map is just a little bit too big. So Cloud9, they get to 13. torzsi fully countered before even getting an op shot off. Naded down inside a playground. Well, he's the weakest when he can't shoot back. See if they can make that a consistency. Great to see Nafany. I mean, he's dying a lot, as he does, but he's also getting a lot of really big frags. And his overpass, he's making up for Axile in a lot of spots.
Yes, fair point.
It's not a good sign for Cloud9 as a whole, but sometimes you need that from that extra player that you don't normally see those performances from.
Hobbit wants to get his hands busy. JDC relegated again to the back of connector. What's the move, MOUZ? What's the move?
And these rounds, again, they can be the scariest. And because the CTs, no matter what round it is, are encouraged to get a little bit of map control, right? That's the unique part of this map. Well, that means that CTs are often in untradeable positions, even if they have significant advantages in those spots. So we'll see. Constantly updating here on the jump spot. There's room for a headshot if JDC is fast enough, although the approach from stairs, of course, you'd be Pretty surprised to see that come through. But here it is again.
Yep.
Get space for free, explode, commit to a site quickly.
The one
Let's
round
see what they try to do.
that they picked up outside of those opening 4. Pistols pressing into A.
Yeah. They're
Now,
setting up a lurk.
With Frozen over towards Monster, I mean, Hobbit on an aisle. Picks up the first one and again. Able to just lock in connector, but there's Frozen, a chance to activate Exertion. He's gonna keep him busy up at A. Damage into Axile. More, in fact, on Shiro. And an open B site, so it seems. There's another piece here. There's another in the water. Nafany fully healthed. Frozen barely standing, and Dexter strikes him down. Dexter now the only one with full HP. A mistimed unscope. Is he gonna do it again to push MOUZ to map 3? Shiro pistol out, and